Hey guys, today I am going to explain a 2009 drama romance movie called Chloe. A middle-aged woman hires a premium mating partner, aka call girl, to test her husband's loyalty. But instead, she ends up falling in love with the call girl, causing problems in her married life. To know what happens next, watch the complete video. So, let's start. At the beginning of the film, we see Chloe, who talks about her life as a call girl. She says that she can please anyone with her words and actions. Depending on her clients' needs, she can become their girlfriend, fantasy girl, secretary, daughter, and even a school teacher. As she leaves with a man, Catherine, a gynecologist, watches Chloe from her office window. Catherine has a well-established career and lives in Toronto with her family. Her husband David is a college professor who is giving a lecture in New York. One of his students tells David that some of them want to take him to dinner. David politely declines, saying that it's his birthday and he has to catch a flight home. Catherine is hosting a surprise birthday party for David, who still hasn't arrived. She assures the guests that David is going to arrive any minute now, but then she gets a call from David, who tells her that he has missed his flight and won't make it home in time. Catherine is upset as she spent a lot of time preparing everything for the surprise party. The next morning, when Catherine wakes up, she sees David has returned home. He apologizes to her, saying that he didn't know about the surprise party. Sometime later, Catherine sees a girl walking half-naked in her house. Catherine learns that the girl is her son Michael's girlfriend. Just when she is about to scold Michael, he says that David knows about his girlfriend staying with him at night. While leaving for work, Catherine finds a picture of David with his student on his phone and suspects that he is having an affair. Later that night, David and Catherine go out to dinner with some friends. David flirts with the waitress, which upsets Catherine. So she goes to the bathroom to calm herself. There she hears a woman crying and asks her if she is okay. The woman is upset because of a man, so Catherine comforts her. The woman is Chloe, who offers Catherine a hairpin as a gift. But Catherine politely refuses, saying that she has to get back to her husband. Sometime later, she sees Chloe sitting with a client, and doesn't seem comfortable with him. While returning home, Catherine asks David whether he missed the flight intentionally or was genuinely late. David replies that it was neither intentional nor by mistake, it's just what happened. After seeing David flirting with the waitress and his picture with his student, Catherine is beginning to get suspicious about his loyalty. The next day at the office, Catherine watches Chloe going into a hotel. After finishing her work, she also goes to the hotel bar. Chloe sees Catherine and joins her at the bar. She tells Catherine that she doesn't usually meet women, couples sometimes, but not single women. Catherine tells Chloe that she suspects her husband of cheating on her. So she wants Chloe to find out if she is right. She sends Chloe to a coffee shop, where David goes every morning for his coffee. Chloe approaches David and asks him if she could borrow some sugar from his table. After she takes the sugar dispenser, David looks at Chloe and they share eye contact for a while. Later that afternoon, Catherine goes to meet Chloe at the coffee shop. Chloe describes everything to Catherine and says that David approached her. They talked for a while, and that's it. Catherine is somewhat satisfied with the meeting and asks Chloe how she does what she does. Chloe replies that she tries to find something to love in every person. Sometimes she does things that she doesn't like, and that all kinds of people walk into her life, like Catherine. Catherine pays Chloe and tells her to meet David one more time to see what he does. Later that night, Catherine sees David talking to someone and is having a good time. Then she hears Michael talking to his girlfriend on a video call. She tells Michael that she wants to break up with him because of upcoming exams. But Michael thinks that she is breaking up because she is seeing someone else. Suddenly, he sees Catherine peeking through the door and hurriedly slams the door in her face. Catherine tells David that Michael's girlfriend is breaking up with Michael. Catherine is so confused with everything and doesn't know how to be a mother anymore. David assures her that Michael will be fine. David and Catherine try to reconnect with each other and recollect the good old days when they used to be a happy couple. The next morning, Catherine gets a text message from Chloe, who asks Catherine to meet her at a restaurant. After reaching the restaurant, Catherine tells Chloe that she was just insecure about her relationship and doesn't need Chloe to see David again. But Chloe says that she already met David again. She went with David to lunch just like Catherine asked. They stared at each other for a while, and then David asked Chloe if he could kiss her. Chloe agreed and then they went to a garden where he kissed Chloe. She felt David getting aroused. Catherine is deeply upset by the revelation and blames herself for getting Chloe involved. After Catherine leaves, Chloe gets on her bicycle and pedal away. But her bicycle skids and tips over on snow. Catherine takes Chloe back inside and treats her injuries. Afterwards, Chloe describes her meeting with David to Catherine in great detail, like how she kissed him, touched him, and massaged his mating machine. Catherine thinks of something and awkwardly asks Chloe to show her test results of any STDs, and Chloe agrees to show her the results. Later that night while showering, Catherine cannot stop thinking about David and Chloe warming each other's mating machine. The next day, Chloe goes to Catherine's office to show her the test results. While waiting for Catherine, Michael also comes there to pick up a tuxedo. Chloe approaches Michael and flirts with him for a while. Once Catherine is free, Chloe gives her the documents and tells her that she is meeting with David again later that day, as requested by Catherine. Later that day while having lunch with friends, Catherine gets a text message from Chloe, asking her to meet her at a hotel. Catherine rushes to the hotel room and sees Chloe, who just came out of the shower. Chloe describes her meeting with David, about how they kissed, touched each other, and finally made it. Instead of feeling bad for being cheated, Catherine is aroused by Chloe's story. She misses the old days when she and David had time for each other. Chloe feels bad for Catherine and kisses her, but Catherine leaves abruptly. Later that evening, Catherine goes to the music recital where Michael is playing the piano. After the performance, Catherine approaches David. He notices the scent of lotion on Catherine's hand which Chloe wears but doesn't seem surprised. Upset by this, Catherine goes to meet Chloe at a hotel. The two go into a hotel room, where Catherine starts undressing Chloe and asks her to tell her how David touches her. Chloe seduces Catherine, undresses her, and rubs her mating machine against hers. Afterwards, Chloe and Catherine share a taxi. Catherine tells Chloe not to see David again. Before leaving, Chloe offers Catherine her hairpin again and says that the hairpin was her mother's. But Catherine politely refuses and leaves saying that she is getting late. Catherine enters her home and finds David waiting for her. He asks Catherine if she is having an affair. But Catherine questions him back about his loyalty. As the two argue, Michael comes down from his room and interrupts them. The next day, Catherine arrives late at her office. She finds several missed calls from Chloe and an email with a picture of them in bed together. Shocked, she calls Chloe, only to find that she was waiting for her in the waiting room. Catherine tells Chloe that their business is now over and she should never see her again. Chloe expresses her feelings for Catherine, but Catherine doesn't want to continue their affair. Chloe is heartbroken by this and leaves her office crying. Later, she goes to Michael's hockey practice. She flirts with Michael and tells him that she finds him cute. Later that day, Catherine gets a message from Chloe, who tells her that she just met David. So Catherine calls Chloe and tells her to meet her at a cafe. She also tells David to meet with her there to talk about their relationship. Catherine is enraged when David refuses to accept that he is having an affair, and insists that they both confess and put everything out on the table. When Chloe enters, David doesn't recognize her, as if he has never met her before. Chloe quickly leaves, and Catherine realizes that Chloe made up the stories of her encounters with David. David admits to fantasizing about other women and expects Catherine to do the same about men. But Catherine refuses to talk about her infidelity and says that it's over. David becomes agitated and leaves. Catherine goes after David and reveals to him that she hired Chloe to find out if David was cheating on her. She apologizes to David, saying she felt she had become invisible to David as she grew older, while David became more attractive to her, and because of this they stopped loving each other. The couple makes amends and embrace each other. Meanwhile, Chloe goes to Catherine's house and flirts with Michael. She undresses herself and mates with Michael in Catherine's room. Catherine arrives home only to find Chloe and Michael sleeping in her bedroom. Catherine sends Michael out of her room and confronts Chloe. Chloe tells Catherine that she cannot just buy people, use them however she likes, and then throw them out like they are nothing. Chloe expresses that she is genuinely in love with her and want to be with her. But if Catherine refuses, then she can also date Michael and become his girlfriend. But Catherine doesn't want Chloe to be anywhere near her family, so Chloe grabs her hairpin and puts it against Catherine's neck and asks her to kiss her. When Catherine kisses Chloe, Michael sneaks back into the room. Seeing Michael, Catherine is startled, causing her to push Chloe into the bedroom window. Chloe manages to grab hold of the frame, but she intentionally lets go and falls to her death. Several months later, Michael graduates from high school and is having a graduation party at home. Catherine is still upset by Chloe's death and blames herself for the incident. She wears Chloe's hairpin in her hair in Chloe's memory. So this was the story of Chloe. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. See you in the next movie.